Hello, everybody.
Good. It's night. Good night.
Good night.
No, wait,
It's
that
for
sounds
us.
like
It's
I'm telling
night.
him to go away. I'm telling him to go
Good
away.
night. Get out of here. You don't need. You don't actually want to see the ending. Mr. Come
Oh,
in.
locate him. Look, you found him.
I found him. I found him. That was pretty easy.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Look, it's the hand of the prophet.
What?
Comstock's flagship.
Oh.
Find a way on board.
Stay here.
Guess where you're going.
On that
We're doing
thing.
this together,
Yep.
or I'm doing it alone. Either way, I need to know the thing's been done.
DeWitt.
DeWitt.
You struggle against prophecy. Like a stone loosed from a sling. How thrilling to launch. How breathtaking the apex. And how terrifying the descent as gravity drags you down into the inevitable.
He still does that funny little voice filter thing.
Got it.
There's no dimension in which we escape it. His funny,
Nope.
his funny Streamlabs filters.
It's funny stream.
What's that sound?
Look, take cover.
Head crabs.
Take this ammo.
Everything's fine.
I got zucked.
You got zucked. Ah, crap! I didn't realize you got zucked.
Yeah, and you didn't notice.
I'm
Sometimes
a horrible
Elizabeth will find
Zuckerberg.
valuable supplies. Wow, I didn't know.
I'm a horrible Zuckerberg.
You're the worst Zuckerberg. Yeah. 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 Okay, fine. Got him. She seems pretty,
Do you think
Oh.
it's possible to redeem the kind of things that we've done?
Redeem. I don't see much use in that.
Okay. Are you afraid of God?
No.
No. But I'm afraid of you.
You remember
Damn.
that
Remember that?
from the intro?
Oh, yeah, it is from the intro, yeah. When are they gonna show their faces?
Zuck.
Yeah, the boxes are, I don't have a lot of ammo left. Rockets. Oh, fuck! Oh, okay.
Look at DeWitt, child. There's something about him you just can't put your finger on. Soon you'll understand the man I am and the man he isn't.
Here, ammo.
Thank you, that's what I needed. That's what I
There
was
you go.
looking for.
Push that button.
Let's push it.
Then you're just dropping pods to the earth.
Seen the seeds of fire that will prepare the
That's not good.
sun below for the
Yeah, but you need to clear up those skylines, so
It will not be I who carries that banner.
Rip the people down there. What are these?
then again, they
these kinda
probably had
remind-
animatron.
The way their
animatronic
armor looks
Lincolns.
and all like their stuff, it kind of. You ever play the Arkham games from Batman?
Yeah, I've played the Arkham games. Yeah,
It reminds me of all the Arkham Knights people.
yeah, you're right.
It reminds me of his
Oh
troops.
god, headless Lincoln. Zuck.
Here, ammo.
Yeah.
I may be the one who strikes you down, DeWitt, but you've always had a knack for self-destruction. Who's to say you won't beat me to the punch?
Punch. Maybe it's not a voice effect. Maybe he actually has a hype man.
No, I'm going with you.
Just constantly on the recorder with him, like I gotta emphasize the cool lines.
He's got a just smooth, deep-voiced man behind him at all times.
And he like pets him and like gives him like cookies. And he's like, "Good boy, you did that one really
It's
well."
a dog.
You've come
But,
to wipe your slate clean, false shepherd. But time will walk backwards before you find redemption.
Drop down.
Oh,
Some sins can't be forgiven.
yeah.
You ready?
I suppose I am. Okay.
This is my tower. What's this? A siphon.
I saw this there. I could hear you singing from above. And the machine came to life in response.
And then in my mother's grave, there was a smaller one. They were draining me. Maybe that's why I can't.
Can't what?
When I was little, I used to be able not just to open tears, but I could create new ones. To anywhere I wanted to go. But in the tower...
Yes, I'll be right with you.
Yeah, Comstock?
And then look, you can see a story of events. The fall of... It was all foretold, look.
Wow.
It was first the rescue from the tower, then the battle at Battleship Bay.
Oh, this is
then
the
the
foretelling
destruction
of
of
my
Finkton.
story.
Yeah, it's a prophecy. The destruction of Finkton,
I'm ending this.
Killing of
Elizabeth
Daisy.
taking down
No.
Fitzroy,
This is
Comstock
between
House, and
me
now finally
and
the
him.
final confrontation.
Into a trap.
I need to do this.
Hey, look, there he is.
Come here, child. Oh, come on, I don't bite. My, oh my, how you have grown.
Tell me, what am I?
Look at you, child. You're
Hey,
a mess.
let go of her.
Elizabeth, everything I've done to keep you safe.
Safe from what?
The seed of the prophet shall sit the throne and drown in flame the mountains of man. But the archangel revealed something else. Beware, prophet. Beware the false shepherd, Booker DeWitt, for he shall be as a wall between her and destiny.
Why?
DeWitt, I'm a fool. I've sent mighty armies to stop you. I've rained fire on you from above. I did all of that to keep you from her, when all I needed was to tell her the truth. Ask him, child. Ask him what happened to your finger. Ask DeWitt.
Let go of me.
Ask him. Ask the false shepherd. Tell her. Tell her, false shepherd. Tell her the truth.
Are you gonna intervene?
Tell her about her finger.
Yeah.
She's your daughter, you son of a bitch, and you abandoned her. Was it worth it? Huh? Did you get what you wanted?
Booker.
Tell me.
Booker.
Tell me.
It is finished.
Nothing is finished.
Booker.
You locked her up for her whole life.
Booker.
You cut off her finger and you put it on me.
Booker, stop it! You killed him.
I did.
What did he mean? Huh? You tell me, what did he mean about my finger?
I don't know. Yeah, I just assumed you were born with it. I don't know.
Your nose. It's bleeding.
What? Elizabeth, I swear to you, I have no idea what he was talking about.
You too. You just can't remember it.
No. I'll prove it to you. We'll destroy the siphon. The answer's behind one of your doors. You just have to open it.
Destroy the siphon? It's the entire tower, Booker. How are we gonna do that?
I don't know. But I'll think of something on the way.
Did something about my ending change because of killing him?
Do you remember what happens when you get a bloody nose?
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, in general, like, we're talking, I asked about the ending. Does the ending change because of...
No, it doesn't change. The
Okay.
ending will be the same no matter how many playthroughs you go through.
Would she have killed him?
No.
What would
You
he-
will always kill him.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I do.
No, it doesn't matter. This is very,
Okay.
very much very linear.
Okay, there's not... Are there any branching paths from this point forward?
No.
Okay, it's
There-
all
This
predestined.
game doesn't even have branching paths.
Oh, okay, it has one ending?
Yes, one ending.
Okay.
Paige.
You ready for the final battle?
What is this?
Suppose I am.
Now what?
What is she trying to tell us?
You like Doom Eternal, right?
Yes.
Paige,
You like the gauntlets?
They said they knew what was best for us.
Booker.
They said they knew what was coming next.
Booker!
Did you see this coming, old man?
Okay, we
Did
gotta
you
get
see
rid of
this
this. I
coming,
think they mean to
Father?
board us.
You ain't gonna place your daughter on the
Booker.
throne. We're gonna place her in our grave.
What are you doing?
We have to sing to him!
Sing to who? Elizabeth, stop it!
C-A-G-E! It's not a word, Booker!
What?
It's a song!
Oh!
You ready for the best part of this game?
CAG. That's very funny. The musical part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shh, it's okay. I'm here. Will you help me? I need you to protect me. Will you do it? Will you do this for me? Just this one last thing. Please. Go! Booker, he'll help us. We can use him against the Vox fleet.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready to? Hey, aim at that thing up there, that flying ship.
Aim at that.
Sure thing.
Yep.
First, let me get a medkit. Okay, aim. You can now command Songbird to attack enemy threats. Aim at a highlight target and press E to start the attack.
Larger targets will cause longer. Yeah, aim at that.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Here's the gauntlet. Protect the generator, the big glowy thing right there,
Uh-huh.
and just survive until the end.
Thank you. Ammo is good.
Hit that Zeppelin.
Patriot, kill it!
Patriot. Where? Oh,
Over there.
Okay.
Also, you got like RPGs, repeaters all around you. If you need to switch a weapon, go ahead.
Oh, why would I? I
Yeah,
do
you gotta
like
wait
this a little more than the Bioshock 2 gauntlet thingy.
Why? Is it because more fluid combat?
Yeah. And also I like this little, like, tower defense thing going on.
So you're a fan of the defend the point?
I do like defend the point style things.
Yeah, I do too.
It's climactic enough. I didn't know they would spawn behind me.
You're running out of carbine
I am. Oh god. What am I gonna
and
do?
shotgun.
No. I refuse.
Probably gonna have to switch like RPGs or snipers or something.
Go for the Zeppelin.
Bye bye.
Sent a ghost into space. Nice.
I sent a ghost into space. I'm
Yeah,
a
no
comer.
more-
I'm an old
So
Booker
that
man.
ends the combat of Infinite.
Well, that was a fine sequence, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Boss fights are hard to pull off anyway, so I guess
And
that's
look,
as good as
the
anything.
siphon.
What is it?
Look, you can use the songbird to bring the whole damn thing down. Destroy the siphon.
And that's what you want.
It's the only way we'll find the truth. About my finger, Comstock, everything.
You ready?
I suppose.
Take it from her.
Tear it down. Tear it all down.
And then cutscene.
C-A-G-E. Tear it all down. Aw.
The Whistler. Elizabeth.
Time, Mr. Freeman.
Bird, Elizabeth. I lost control. He's coming.
No,
Where is he? Where is he?
it's okay.
Yeah. Well, wow.
I'm here. Just let go. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean yeah. Look, he's dead.
Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
And then
I gotta say, even though I'm not nostalgic for these games because I just played them, this is still cool.
What is this place?
and look out the window. Everything's just all
Elizabeth.
It's a doorway.
overgrown.
One of many. This way.
What do you mean it's a doorway? Where are you going?
You can go upstairs if you want.
Yes, it's this way.
What Comstock said about your finger. Is there an answer here? Do you?
Down here.
Like, even
Yeah.
though, like, God, and it's like mostly clean
Over
too.
here, Booker.
Yeah, it's almost like Bioshock in the Infinite engine.
It's very clean.
Mm, I wonder. Sadly, we'll never see more of this.
Oh, but still though,
Yeah.
like I'm not nostalgic towards the games, but I feel nostalgic a little bit.
You still
like-
feel nostalgia,
Like
right?
I mentioned, I don't think we recorded much. You didn't really record that much until the
couldn't
very end.
I didn't think to record it.
You didn't
until,
think
like,
to
the final
record my
thing.
actual Bioshock 1 playthrough, which is fine because people would yell at me for being cruel to it, I guess.
No, critical.
I was very critical of it, but like I did mention that Rapture was okay, and like the
Mhm.
setting was like it just wasn't the art style that I love or anything, but it sure is
Well,
memorable, and like this
It's very memorable.
like this is, I mean, sure, bringing back old things is obviously always a cheap way to gain like
Mhm.
happy points. It's always
yeah,
gonna
but
work,
but it still gets you, you know.
but it still got me.
This is where you picked up your wrench.
Yeah, I recognize the location. Yes, yeah.
It's
it
just
is.
so-
This is where we have to go.
Why?
It's a
What is
atmosphere.
going on, Elizabeth? What do you mean this is a doorway?
We'll have to
Ryan doesn't own us. Oh,
yeah, are you ready?
Ryan. Okay, I don't say anything.
I'm not gonna say anything, but
Okay.
this next thing is it's kind of
We're gonna
funny and
regret this.
I'm very curious. I need to know what the fuck's going on.
there it is again.
And it's the music, of course, of the.
City at the bottom of the ocean. Ridiculous.
Yeah, because the city in the clouds is just as plausible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
so
as
cool.
plausible. My name's Andrew Ryan.
No,
Oh.
you're actually leaving it. Actually,
Bye bye. Bye, Rapture.
And it's the lighthouse.
Thousands of doors. Opening all at once. My God, they're beautiful.
What, the stars?
Infinite Bioshocks.
It literally infinite Bioshocks.
Come on. Come on, it's this way. Come on.
Also, just going out the door and looking up at the moon, this is just screenshot material.
Gorgeous view ahead.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous view. I had that
You going
actually
over?
as like my Xbox background for a while.
Oh.
I thought once we were here, I could fully control it. I thought
What is that?
it's a key.
Where did it come from?
It's always been there. I just couldn't see it.
It's always been there.
Are you ready for where the quote-unquote mindfucks are supposed to begin?
I mean, I guess.
You ready? Go ahead.
Ah.
See? Not stars. They're doors
Doors to
to everywhere. All that's left is the choosing.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead and go and walk.
I'm gonna drown now. Okay, I won't
Drown.
drown.
Well, no, you had to walk the other way, but I mean, it almost gave you the choice.
Imagine Booker said, I'm out.
these lighthouses. Where are we? Who are?
There are a million worlds. All different and all similar. Constants and variables.
Stocks and
There's always a
variables.
lighthouse. There's always a man. There's always a city.
How do you know this?
I can see them through the doors. You, me, Colombia, Songbird. But sometimes, something's different. Yet the same.
Constants and variables.
Yes.
Okay.
Now for something a little different.
Look,
It's us.
not exactly. We
Yeah,
swim
look
in
up to the
different
right. Look.
oceans, but land on the same shore.
No, do you see? You don't see them
I see
on the boardwalk?
I don't
I see
understand.
them, yeah.
We don't need to.
Yeah.
It'll happen all the same.
Why?
Because it does. Because it has. Because it will.
There's so many
And then if you
choices.
They
Well-
all lead us to the same place. Where it started.
No one tells me where to go.
Booker, you've already been.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I know this place.
Shrek Swamp.
I was here. It's been 20 years ago, right after Wounded Knee. I was looking for...
Come on now, time's a-wasted.
Why were you here?
You know why you're here.
Have your past erased? Are you ready to have your sins cleansed? Are you ready to be born again? Take my hand.
No, I don't want to.
You already did, didn't you?
Are you ready to be born again?
I guess.
Do you hate your sins?
I do.
Do you hate your wickedness?
Yes.
Do you want to clean the slate, leave behind all you were before, and be born again in the blood of the
Yes.
Lamb? Jesus, wash this man clean. Father, make him
Stop
born
it.
again. Lord,
Stop it.
what are you doing to it? Get off me! Get off! Son!
You didn't go through with it.
Think a dunk in the river's gonna change the things I've done? Let's get out of here. Hey, these doors of yours, they're all tears, right? Well, open one up. Open one up to Paris. I want to be shut of all this.
Not until we find Comstock.
Comstock's dead!
No. He was here. This way.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
What of my debts?
Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
This is the man who hired me to find you.
Really?
Yes. The girl for the debt.
Yep, the girl for the debt.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no, this is wrong. What is this? There was no baby. I remember. No, there was no baby, and if there was, I sure as hell wouldn't give it over to this guy.
Booker, you don't leave this room until you do.
Do it. Time is running
Do it,
short.
do it.
Bring us the girl,
Do it.
and wipe away the debt.
Pick up
Yeah,
the
so it's not
baby.
talking about the Elizabeth, it's clipping
ahead.
issue.
No.
You can wait as long as you want. Eventually, you'll give him what he wants.
How do you know all this?
I can see all the doors, and what's behind all of the doors. And behind one of them, I see him.
Uh-huh.
I'm stuck. What choice do I have?
The debt's paid. Mr. Comstock washes you of all your sins.
Uh-huh.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
There was no baby. The deal was I go to Colombia to get you.
Booker, you're bleeding.
Oh. I remember. What I remember.
Now we've upset him.
I don't expect this next bit will do much for his mood.
Come on.
Okay.
Hey, look, you're back at the lighthouse.
Oh, I have to look at it at a strange angle. Okay, there we go.
What are we doing here? Comstock's dead. We can just go on with our lives. You don't need
Dead? You mean like Chen Lin? Like Lady Comstock? No. He is alive in a million worlds. It's not over because the Prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
Wow, you're going for the source.
Mm-hmm.
Bring us the debt. Wipe.
Hey.
Bring us the debt. Wipe away the girl.
The deal's off, you hear me?
Bring us the debt, yes.
The deal is off! Give her back! Give her back!
Fine, are you mad?
Go grab her.
It is uncomfortable enough as it is!
Give her back, you son of a bitch!
It's ready! Go!
No! No,
Shut
no, no!
down the machine!
No!
Shut it
Anna!
down! Shut down the machine! Now do it!
Give me back my daughter! No!
Oh, and then it cuts off her finger.
Anna? No.
She's Anna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Anna
You
DeWitt.
shared this room with your regret for almost 20 years. Until one day, a man came to you, offered you a chance at redemption. A chance for us to breathe together.
I told you it was work.
We already know it works. The question is, will he?
Anna. So sorry, Anna.
Do you suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance?
Should have.
Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done will be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
Wipe away the dead. Bring us the girl. Wipe away the dead.
See? He's starting to put his story together.
Wipe away
You're quite fond of this theory of yours.
He's manufacturing new memories from his old ones.
Well,
Wipe.
the brain adapts.
I should know.
Bring us
I've
the girl.
lived it.
Booker, wake up.
So he fucked with his own memories just from trauma?
This is where it started.
I sold you. I sold you.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
Things get set in motion.
How would one know how far back to go?
That's the only way to do it. Go back to when he was born, and I'll smother the son of a bitch in his crib.
You ready?
This is getting real messy.
Is it?
Ah,
I mean, you're messing with dimension hopping and time travel, so it's
Oh, yeah.
obviously going to get messy. But are you ready to kill Comstock?
yeah. Guess.
You sure?
Booker, are you sure this is what you want?
I have to. It's the only way to undo what I've done to you.
Booker DeWitt, are you ready to
What
be
is this?
born again?
Why are we back here?
This isn't the same place, Booker.
Of course it is. I remember.
Are you ready to leave behind all
You're
that
not-
has gone before? Wipe the slate clean.
Who are you?
You chose to walk away, but in other oceans, you didn't. You took the baptism. And you were born again as a different man. It all has to end. To have never started, not just in this world, but in all of ours.
Smother him in the crib.
Smother, 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 smother. Before the choice is made, before you are
Oh, hello.
reborn.
What name shall you take, my son?
He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
No. They're both.
Okay. I am Andrew Ryan.
And there's Infinite.
That's it?
If the credits want to appear, there they are. Also,
Oh.
don't skip these credits because there's an end scene that you can't
Oh,
skip.
okay,
it.
so they're like,
Yeah.
oh, are you sure you want to go? So, that last twist.
Mm-hmm.
So, what? The
If you accepted the baptism, you became Zachary Comstock. If you didn't accept the baptism, you
Uh-huh.
remain Booker DeWitt.
So, okay, I need to. So, okay, let's pretend. Let's think. Okay, Universe 1. He
Yes.
becomes Comstock. Becomes the Cum Man, right?
Yes.
This man goes on to
Create
become
Colombia.
become sterile and create Colombia. He wants to have, like, we're just talking just in this timeline. We have a guy.
Yes.
He
can't make babies, so he wants a
so
baby.
he wants a baby. I guess he wants his baby.
Yes, he wants his
wants
baby because
his baby, but he can't have his baby, so he's gonna get
a baby from a different version of him.
So he has to cross a dimension in order to go find an alternate Booker to go get his baby.
Yes, in which he finds an alternate Booker with Anna.
Wait, so wait, hold on a minute. Would this baptism have taken place after Anna? Does the original
No, Anna is born after the result of whatever the baptism happens.
So
whether or
Zachary
not
would
he
not have
does it
even.
or not,
So
then
Zachary,
Anna-
first of all, had to even discover that there were alternate Bookers before
which he did through the Lutesses.
The Lutesses. So the whole story is hinging on the Lutesses existing. That's it. Because if the Lutesses didn't, so the Lutesses aside from
here's the thing though, the Lutesses exists in the Booker dimensions. They just never discover, the shifting of dimensions. However, in Comstock universes, they do.
No, hold on. Okay, so in the Comstock universe, the Lutesses can travel dimensions.
Yes.
They figure it out, and I imagine they go up to Zach and they tell him, "Hey,
we can get you a baby.
Believe it or not, if we jump into this other world with another Booker, we can take his baby, and it's technically still your baby."
Exactly. I mean, it's doing it for yourself.
Was that I don't know if we've already passed it in the credits. I wasn't looking. Was Zach also voiced by?
No, Zach.
Okay,
Comstock
they didn't pull
is voiced
that.
by a different actor.
I just didn't
not
know
Troy
if
Baker.
I didn't know if they were gonna pull that classic thing where it's like the enemy
No, they
is
didn't.
the same voice actor.
Nope, they didn't. Troy Baker didn't voice
Shadow the
Comstock,
Hedgehog is Sonic. So they told him about it. I hear that they're going through all the remixes in the credits. They told him about the fact that there's a baby, and he said, "Brilliant, that's what I need." And then Booker, in his world,
has a debt accumulated.
Has just accumulated.
Yep, there we go. See, Troy
debt.
Baker, DeWitt,
Yeah, Kif Vanden Heuvel. Okay.
Kif Vanden Heuvel.
Vanden Heuvel.
Yeah, that amazing.
So in another universe,
and Laura Bailey, of course.
Yeah, well, she's in everything.
Yeah, she's in both and everything.
So, also Zachary before he got baptized also had a debt, I assume, right? Or did he not have it?
No, the debts come after the baptism.
They do. So
yes,
if he didn't baptize himself,
the baptism happens directly after Wounded Knee, before the debts, before Colombia, before the Lutesses.
Oh yeah, he did say that after Wounded Knee.
Yeah, directly after, and whether or not he takes it, then certain events set in motion. If he doesn't take it, he accumulates debts and eventually gives Anna away. If he does baptize, he meets the Lutesses who develop, all this science stuff, and then makes Colombia.
Interesting. And so he decides to take Booker, who has now gone into debt,
everybody wants to
and is exploiting him. So he says, "All right, how am I gonna get my baby from my other self? I'm gonna exploit his debt and make him sell his baby to me."
Yes. Exactly.
And that's the whole.
The girl wipe away the debt.
And in that universe, that Booker gets so guilty.
He brands his hand.
He brands
with
his
the
hand.
Initials AD, and then for 20
starts
years
to
he
go
just sort of
crazy.
sulk.
He starts to go crazy, and then when someone tells him, "Hey,"
and then when the Lutesses come and say like, "Hey, you want to get Anna back?" He immediately jumps on that.
Why did the Lutesses suddenly stop caring about Zachary? Why did they want to help the other Booker now?
Because in all of the Comstock timeline, he will always murder the Lutesses because it's their dimension hopping machines which will cause him to become infertile. So he will always.
That's true.
Murder them
Zachary
because,
killed the Lutesses, right?
Yes,
they did
Zach
mention
killed
that.
the
So they were like, "Well, this guy was a lost cause. We shouldn't have had him get the baby. Let's get another
so now
Booker."
They're like, "Okay, let's right the wrong.
Actually,
let's let Booker deal with it.
Let's actually go back and get Booker, and we're gonna have him do it. We're gonna have him just get his baby back and fix it." And
also, if you want the music, it's available at that website link.
Wow. So
Let me just
that's
download
pretty much the whole story, right?
Yep. And then after this, as you saw, there was only one Elizabeth left, but
But if
the
this is
story
if
can.
this is going, okay, I don't know how much they're going into paradox here, because that's kind of a
In-
grandfather thing
in
where
what-
it's like if Elizabeth kills her dad and made it so he never existed because he wished it, then she
Well,
couldn't
here's
have
the
done it
thing.
in the first place.
I'm going to divulge a little bit into sort of like
This is just
DLC.
because this is now going into like standard, like regular paradox conversation that happens a lot. Is this the Stanley Parable font?
What?
Is this the Stanley Parable font, or it's a very similar one?
I think it may be
Very
similar.
impact.
I mean, that game
style.
did come out around the same time, right? Like 2014.
Oh my god, it's old.
Everything's old.
Oh, geez, that hit me more.
My shoes hurt.
My shoes hurt. These are all their fun little like thank you.
Would you kindly? No, seriously, would you?
So.
But yeah,
this is
a
now
little
just going into
to
like
explain the paradox. That Booker that was killed. There are multiple Bookers who ended up taking the baptism. So that was just one of many. And then the DLC gets into all that about.
So there's gonna be a Booker that decides not to go and kill Comstock, and that allows her to survive?
Yes, and even at the end, you'll get to see there's a universe where Booker doesn't end up having a debt and gets to have Anna. Because, multiple universes, anything can happen.
But there's some of those Elizabeth still exist. Some of those Elizabeth still had to have existed at some point.
Yes, exactly.
At some point, there was a
Booker. That's what I'm saying. It is said in the DLCs that yes, there are still multiple Bookers who did take the baptism and did not take the baptism. It's not just that one Booker who ended up taking the baptism.
Did this Booker erase himself from history? Did he do that, or did he just
basically yes? This
or
Booker
did he
erased himself from history?
That was genuine time messing. Then that is a paradox. That specific Booker should not have been able to do that. It doesn't matter if there happens to be other Bookers.
Well, yeah, no. There are other Bookers that still exist. So yeah, that one Booker and all the potential branching paths that spawned off from him get erased. But there are other Bookers, so even more exist.
But they couldn't have existed if he wiped himself. If they also hinge on him, then it's just a big time circle.
That's kind of the problem with this because here's the thing: this Booker exists after the baptism exists.
Yeah.
After the baptism happened, so he didn't really. It's kind of a plot hole that he didn't really do anything. He just kind of killed himself.
Yeah.
He didn't actually kill the Booker that took the baptism.
Yeah, that's another thing. He didn't. But you're saying that he did wipe himself from history.
Well, he wiped that one. That Booker is now wiped from history.
Well,
just
why
that
couldn't
one?
Why couldn't like Elizabeth have just told him, like, okay, big reveal, sometimes it was you, and then not made him like. Why does she have to be like a prick and be like, is this really what you want? And like when he realizes, oh wait, I am him, she'll be like, see, this is why you don't want that. Like, why did she go ahead and still kill him anyway? I mean, the thing is, there are so many stories out there that go into like go back in time and time travel. And I actually don't mind it, even though if it is like a cliche at this point, like we've explored like the classic time travel logic has been explored so many times.
So this is like different. It's now adding dimensions.
Well, that also has been explored. Like it's all a bunch of theoretical physics. It's a bunch of like theoretical logic that is fun to debate.
Yeah.
That like is being integrated into a story that's just kind of using it in an they use it in an interesting way, but no matter what, whenever you're gonna use this kind of plot device,
it's not gonna make sense.
Whenever you use this plot device, it's gonna always go into paradox land.
I'm okay with Infinite being very paradoxically weird because they do it in such a different way.
Like yeah, like I said, it's a new story. It's a different story using that plot device. But that plot device is inherently going to be fucky.
Yeah.
You're
I mean, there's
you're
so many
gonna
games that have time travel, and the
yeah
stories just don't make sense.
yeah.
But I don't.
This makes
I
more
tend to not let
sense.
time travel affect me. I just was like, okay, we're time traveling now. Whoa.
I've seen worse time travel stories.
Oh, trust me, I have seen. I have played worse time travel
Yeah,
games.
if you're gonna use this plot that's all like this a plot device that is already inherently, you know, like kind of doomed, they did
Yeah.
a surprisingly good job with it. I mean, I can't imagine how much better you could have written that. Like now, I
Exactly.
can't. I maybe if I like sat down for a while, I could maybe write a better. I don't know. Maybe someone has written a better version of it, but
Oh, speaking of
I
which, there is
definitely
something
have seen
I
worse.
wanna include in the video, a reaction in the video, if
Uh-huh.
that's okay, of a video.
Uh, what do you mean?
It's a There is a video I want to show you that I want to include your reaction to in the video if possible.
You want to react? You want me to record my reaction to a video?
Yes,
Okay.
but I'll do it after we get through the credits because they're almost over now.
Right. One of my big criticisms of Bioshock 1 when I first played it was I didn't think that the plot twist was necessary for the story to be interesting. Like now I'm kind of lukewarm on it. Like I still think it's like fine, it's an interesting story, but like it felt like very like I don't think it really made the game better having the whole Jack Ryan thing be a thing. I thought it was very like the whole like would you kindly. One of my big things was like the way that you play that game, the way that events go on, if your goal is to simply I can imagine a protagonist that would automatically be interested in killing Andrew Ryan and would automatically be interested in helping Atlas and would absolutely want to escape through these methods that were taken by the protagonist of Jack Ryan.
Exactly.
It is very easy for that plot point to not have been in the game and for it to all to still make sense. At least in this game, the whole game is written with like Elizabeth Powers being a thing.
There's some fuckery involved.
Like
you know?
from the very beginning, you know that there's like weird dimension fuckery happening.
Hell, even if you played the first two games, you're at least expecting okay, there's gonna be some kind of twist at some point.
But at the end of the day, I can also imagine a version of the story that didn't have it.
Oh.
But like it would have to be written differently.
Definitely, it would have happened like a completely different game, right?
It's not. I wouldn't say it like when I say it could have worked without it. I say that less so than one. I still firmly believe that one's twists could very well have not have happened, and the story would be very similar. It's like that only changes a little bit of it, and some people might say, well, that to them makes the story more interesting to them because otherwise the story would feel more boring. I guess.
Yeah, if for Bioshock 1, for example, it didn't have the whole would you kind of thing, and it just had you take out Ryan, and then you
I guess it would have been
the whole reveal with Fontaine. It would have been like, yeah, that's sort of typical.
But then again, people don't know what they haven't experienced. If there was a universe where Bioshock 1 didn't have that twist, I think it still would have been remembered fondly. The whole Andrew Ryan thing, that whole world, is very immersive. There's a lot to it. There's so much substance that game stands on.
It was an extra twist. I think it was just an extra twist that was just sort of added on.
Like it was more of like a cherry to the interesting pile that was already there. To me, it felt too convoluted, but
it was a cherry on top of a cherry pie. You didn't need it, but I mean, hey,
but like I think in another world where even from the beginning one didn't have a twist, you would still have a cherry pie that people would have enjoyed. I would not have second guessed people's liking of Bioshock 1 as I did for a majority of it up until the twist. Like it made sense to me that people liked it. I think it still would have been very popular even without the twist. And I'm trying to imagine, let's say that universe happened, and then you had this game happen in that same universe, and it still tried to follow another similar thing that was also just as like, I guess, simpler. I still think there's also other stuff to like here. I mentioned at the very beginning I found Colombia a fascinating setting. I find the whole religious cult to be an engaging villain that automatically like very hateable. It's a little more. I don't know. I don't know if I want to call it cheap. I think it's easy to get riled up by like bigots.
Yeah, like
it's pretty easy to like hate a person like that. While Andrew Ryan's whole thing was like it's more like you have to like really get a grasp on his ideology to like decide whether or
Yeah.
not you really hate everything about him. And even still, you can like pick and choose, like, you know, some parts of his ideals maybe I like, maybe some parts of it I definitely disagree. Like, you could, yeah, I think you'd have a much wider range of responses to Andrew. While here, I
Exactly.
think it's pretty universal. You're either if you at all like Comstock, you're probably the kind of person that would like to live here anyway. I am very fascinated to watch the discourse about this game,
Yeah.
because I feel like I've reached kind of a plateau before. Like, I would need time to let it simmer to like get a more nuanced opinion, I guess.
Anyway.
How do we wrap this?
Yeah, wrap this. Thank you for watching. Remember to have
Wait a minute.
yourselves a good
Wait a
day
minute,
today.
wait a minute. You said you wanted me to watch a video, that you wanted that to be in this
Yes.
main playthrough?
Yes, but we can just do that as a separate thing.
Oh,
A
okay.
separate little file. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. You say your little thing.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to have yourselves a good day today. Thank you, Adam, for playing Infinite.
You're welcome, man. I had fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time for whatever happens next.
Okay, so hello.
Hi, little thing we're probably going to add on either gracefully or not gracefully.
This is a Crobecat video that I actually used to watch a
Yeah.
lot of Crobecat. I forget if he's uploaded recently.
He still makes stuff. A lot of stuff.
I should check that after, but I've never seen this.
All right.
Apparently Joseph really wants me to watch this.
Mainly because you already have your ideas of how this Infinite is.
Right.
I want you to show you sort of pre-2013 on what Infinite was supposed to be.
Okay.
The city of Colombia was originally built as by the United States government in the 1890s as a sort of a floating World's Fair, something they could float from one corner of the earth to the other and demonstrate to the rest of the world the success of the American experiment.
7 years ago.
Keep looking, Lincoln.
And what happened was there was a power struggle within Colombia. And this fellow who you'll sort of start to get a sense of in this demo, named Comstock, came into power in the city. And he had a bit of a different view. He had a more, I guess, extreme view of what the mission of America and the world is. And there were some people in the city who didn't like that. And that group was Vox Populi.
Here you go, you sons of bitches! Your homes are ours! Your lives are ours! Your wives are ours!
Yeah, as you can see, it's already just very different.
It is very different.
And it started as a sort of a resistance, almost like a student movement against, the founders, the founders group that Comstock led, as, working to help, to unionize workers, to protect the rights of minorities, things like that within the city. But as the conflict between the founders and the Vox Populi got more extreme, each side started sort of ramping up their actions.
Hey, little girl!
This is very interesting.
Where you going? Come on!
Booker.
Listen, friend. We're not looking for any trouble.
Look at that user interface.
Yeah, it's very different.
And by the time you get to Colombia and you'll see the Vox Populi in the demo, the conflict is pretty extreme, and both sides have a bit of an attitude of, well, as long as we win, nothing else matters. And you encounter the founders last time and sort of got a sense of the dark side of them, and this time you'll encounter Daisy Fitzroy, who's the leader of the Vox Populi. You'll hear her speaking, you'll see her people at work, and what they're doing is they're essentially cleansing a portion of the city, moving the founders out of a portion of the city, a rich part of the city, and coming in themselves, and it's not a pretty picture to behold.
Interesting.
I know. Look at all this. It's just sort of...
Hey! He's just a postman. He didn't hurt anybody.
It's DeWitt!
It's DeWitt.
Everybody can see in the world of Colombia these tears that are windows into these worlds that Heisenberg and Einstein were starting to explain to us. Elizabeth can actually reach into those worlds and manipulate them.
He's in pain.
Not for long. I need you to step back.
Wait, there's a tear.
And that becomes this great game system we call the tears in Bioshock Infinite, where you'll be in a space and you'll see a window
look at all this.
where you
also,
see a skyline that doesn't exist in.
You'll probably remember this
in the
coming
Colombia
up.
that Booker is in.
What did you do? What did you do?
Booker.
Close it! Close it!
Trying!
Close it now!
Wow, it was really different.
It was. It
What
is.
was that?
Elizabeth is essentially saying to you is, I can bring one of these three in for you, Booker. Which one do you want me to bring in? And that's up to the player.
I think I can help! Just tell me which one you want!
That one! Now!
We're gonna have all these tools that player has that the player can access via Elizabeth. That is gonna make everybody's play experience different, and that's what we always want with Bioshock. We want the way I play it, the way you play it, the way he plays it to be different. And that's Elizabeth's ability to manipulate.
Oh man, that's cool. Why'd they cut some of that encounter stuff out?
I'll let you know that once the video's over. But yeah, just look at all this stuff that was just.
I wonder what made them.
I know the it's
The skylines
two
have
words,
a broad range of usage,
and they're
there's-
two
you can
very
still see,
very
you'll see in the
horrible
demo,
words if you're a game
cargo being
developer.
moved around on those things. That creates
Oh
even
my
more
god,
hazardous
is
situation.
the word Electronic
But
Arts?
There's also people
No,
using
not
it,
electric.
Okay,
no,
good.
not EA. This
for
game
all
wasn't
kinds of
published by EA. This
purposes,
was 2K.
including, and especially combat.
You said
Really,
two
what
horrible
is-
words, and I thought of the two worst words I could think of.
No. It's two words specifically if you're trying to create a game.
And that sort of clackety-clack
Yep, like,
feeling.
look
of,
at all
you know,
this.
that
This is incredible.
going up to the top of a hill and then going over, and that amazing feeling you have. And I really want to put that in a game. I want to get that feeling in the game. And then, of course, being a video game, I want to enhance that with combat. I want to be on one of those old wooden roller coasters that's stacked upon another wooden roller coaster in this city, and jumping from one to the other with weapons.
There's
with,
so
people
much
shooting
scrapped
at me. I just
content.
wanted to get that feeling. And, this isn't a monorail.
Wow.
This isn't a people mover. This is something.
Yeah, like,
that
look
is
at how
incredibly
open this
vertical.
is.
It's incredibly open-ended.
Was it time constraints?
Nope.
Was it budget?
Nope. I'll let you know. Just
That's so good.
Booker! That was amazing.
Right. 'Cause I don't think I can do it again.
And that's what Bioshock games are about. They're about giving the player a ton of tools and a ton of options and just letting them go to town.
then here's just the comp at the end.
Might be more supplies this way, or straight to Comstock House. What do you think?
Huh.
Must come before the desires of any foreigner. We're closed! Get out! Out! Give it back! Wait!
I think I would have liked this more.
That was the one who was chasing you, right?
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. That's him!
So you want to know those two words, the two words that kept this game from happening?
City of
Yeah.
Or as Ken Levine put it, these 5 to 6 games from happening? There was enough, he said that there was enough scrapped content to where he could make 5 to 6 games. And you want to know what killed it all?
Yeah.
Hardware limitations.
Oh.
The single thing, not time constraints, not budgetary reasons. Hardware limitations that.
Wow. Man, that sucks.
It does, and it's funny because I didn't see that video until after I played the game. It was like years later. I'm like, are you kidding me? We could have gotten so much more.
Like, yeah, like I like the game, but this is kind of great. This is kind of even better. This is like, that looked really good.
Imagine if they had just waited until like the 8th gen.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that did stay that was good concepts.
Exactly.
Like things I liked about the game. Things I liked in the game that stayed that I'm like, yeah, that works. They had a good thing here, but it's like,
and
obviously there's that, I guess, that X factor about this that's like just a little better. Like, that would have probably taken it from me like being like, yeah, I liked Bioshock Infinite, that was fine, to probably me loving it. Or really liking it at least.
The people who are making Bioshock 4 want to use all of that kind of, concepts and stuff into 4. They want to make it open world. They want to make it more, navigatable. They want to just do so much more they basically want to not remake Infinite, but make a game that Infinite should have been.
Weird.
And I 100% support them. Because that is the game we need.
So, but that's the thing. Like, were they always gonna do the Booker thing?
Yes, they were. Booker and Elizabeth.
Were they always gonna make?
Comstock,
were they
Vox
always
Populi, Colombia? All of that was gonna be the same. It's just
was the twist always gonna be the same?
I don't know.
Because that's one of the other things about it.
I think
because if you had never shown me this, my reaction would still be what it was. I still thought that Bioshock Infinite is a more fun experience.
The reason I showed you this video wasn't to make you rethink it. The whole thing is like, what do you think of this thing that never happened?
While I would say that while I liked Bioshock Infinite, I would have liked this more. That twist at the end, though, if it was still going to be the same thing, I think it would still be kind of wonky. Like, I can't see it not being wonky. But I would have liked playing the game even more, probably.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you.
Thank you for showing me that. That adds another layer to the perspective for me. But you know what? I wouldn't have guessed. To me, Bioshock Infinite felt like
so different from the game we could have gotten.
Yeah, it felt like they made the game they wanted to make. I didn't notice anything that felt like sure, the twist was. I've said what I've said about it, but
the twist, yeah. But the
game, I never felt a sense of like unfinished.
This was rushed, or this was like
it felt
much
pretty
smaller,
pretty polished. It felt like, I don't know. I guess it's just because it was already more than what Bioshock 1 and 2 were in terms of like polish, that I'm like, it doesn't feel like it was less. Regardless of what it could have been, it still does feel finished. Even with me saying this, it does feel like they finished the game. Everything about it, like they rounded their corners.
They finished one out of a potential.
I don't think they
games.
left anything out. I've never noticed a part where I'm like, why didn't they go into more of this? This looks like they were planning a whole thing about this, but they never did it. Like, I never got that impression. So,
and a lot of the stuff they did.
So if anything, it's honestly very impressive how much they were able to salvage and still make it seem comprehensive.
Yep. So now all we can do is wait for Bioshock 4.
I guess I'll play it.
Yeah, well, that'll be the thing. You'll play it, and then I'll watch, and then we'll be like, we'll do it blind. We'll do it blind.
Would you really want your first experience to be me playing it?
You know what? Yes, I think so, because I think like that would be the best way to do it. Because like I've already had so much experience.
I feel like it means more to you. Wouldn't you want to play it? Wouldn't?
Okay, then we'll do it like that. I'll play it,
and then I'll watch and be like, "That's interesting."
Yeah. Exactly. But anyway, yeah, that's the video.
Yay!